So John Cena may not be no Ronald Reagan, but we're going to talk a lot about heads of state here on your movie review. That coming up in just a moment. We'll be right back. Hello, everybody. I am Bobby Munson, and I'm joined on this movie review by the gentleman sitting right beside me. He is OLED Ed Fries. How are you doing, Ed? And happy to have you here to talk about this movie.
Yeah, I saw this movie, and I was like, Munson, we got to do a review for this, so you got to watch this.
Yeah, and again, like after you mentioned it to me, I went back and watched the trailer quickly. I'm like, oh, yeah, I think I saw this trailer back when it first dropped, and I kind of forgotten about it a little bit. I think my biggest struggle is I'm never sure what to think when I see John Cena's name attached to something. And I'll be the first to admit that I have been wrong more times than I've been right when it comes to my thoughts going into a John Cena movie, because I always go in with that impression, like, it's John Cena. Is this going to be any good? And then more times than not, it is. When it's bad, it's really bad. Don't get me wrong. John Cena has had some real dumpster fire movies. But overall, for a pro wrestler in a movie, I'd say John Cena's had more positives and strong positives than I'd say he's had on the negative side. And going into this, I had that same mentality. I'm like, oh, John Cena, which is weird because I'm like, oh, but Idris Elba. Oh, Jack Quaid. Oh, from the director of the movie Nobody, which was kind of a surprise movie that I didn't expect to enjoy, and I did. Like, it had everything right about it going into it. Could it have gone wrong? Sure. But it didn't. It didn't go wrong. It was, again, I watched this thing through. I'm like, damn. I'm like, this was a fun movie. It was a popcorn flick movie. It's not heavy thinkers movie, anything like that. It's a fun action flick is what it was. And I was surprisingly well entertained from start to finish. And I'll say it was probably one of the best action comedies I've seen, maybe even since the last time you and I sat here reviewing an action comedy movie.
Bad Boys, yeah.
Yes,
no,
sir.
I thought this was great. It was a great use of 2 hours. I thought John Cena shines as the semi-serious comedic relief to Idris Elba in this movie, and really, it's a 2-horse race. It's Idris Elba and it's John Cena, and it's almost like they're 2 men in a one-man show kind of thing, because everything else almost doesn't matter. The rest of the story doesn't matter. The chemistry between these 2 guys and the way they tell this story is so much fun and so great that I just couldn't stop watching it. I put it on to be like, hey, here's something for you to watch. I'm going to go do something. Because I was planning on leaving the house after I turned it on. And I caught myself just sitting there watching the movie.
Yeah.
And then next thing I know, it's over. And I'm like, oh, crap, I watched the whole 2-hour movie. I don't get to go do what I was going to do.
Yeah. I mean, again, we were already kind of wondering what to watch that weekend in particular. So when the recommendation came in from you, I'm like, okay, perfect. We'll watch this tonight. And again, I went in that mentality like, okay, we'll turn it on. Like, if it ends up being severely brainless, that's the thing about streaming is like, okay, I can turn it on if I'm really frustrated with it. I can't get through it. I can turn it off. That's the nice thing about streaming for me is I can turn it off instead of torturing myself because you went and paid $15, $20. But that's the thing. I've paid money, good money, for movies that I expected to go to and have a lot of fun at and walked out going, why did I waste my money and my time? And then I watched something like Heads of State and I'm like, is it because of the fact that they know that not enough people are going to movies like this in the cinemas anymore that they decided to go straight to streaming? Or was Amazon just like, let's go all out. Let's get all the perfect pieces to fit here and make something happen. And that's what happened. I mean, when all the pieces fit, you get a good movie, and they got a good movie out of this. And like we talk about Cena and Idris Elba being at the heart of this thing, but I also want to give praise to Priyanka Chopra Jonas, who I think did an excellent job standing right up there with these 2, behemoths of the silver screen and everything like that. I don't know a lot about her career, but man, she rocked it in this movie.
Yeah, I thought once she got back into it from the opening scene, I really enjoyed what we got out of her. I think she played really well as an in-between between the two of them. And again, at the heart of it, it's just a really fun story. Like, this is your typical, like, kind of like I described it to you. It's like White House Down kind of thing. Like, it's that kind of like, oh no, the president's in trouble. He's got to do some stuff. But at the end of the day, like, it really worked. The story didn't get in its own way. And everybody in this movie does exactly what they need to do to make it shine. And then they get the fun twist at the end.
Yeah, I mean, it was funny. It's funny watching too, like John Cena kind of take, as we said, that Reagan role where he's former actor turned president kind of thing, way out of his league, and Idris Elba's your straight cut politician, the British prime minister kind of thing, and how it works so well because I mean the senses of humor between the two countries are completely different in a lot of ways, and the two of them light it up very, very well. Even with some of the dumb comedy that really should be cringe, I found myself laughing more than I've laughed at a lot of things lately when it comes to movies. Especially like you get stupid comments from Cena like, yeah, this like it's our first performance, man. We got to go out there. It's like I'm Dr. Dre and you're Eminem or whatever, and then just Idris Elba with that dry British wit just kind of looks at him like, I'm Eminem. Like, I don't know why this comes across so funny. It should be almost a cringeworthy moment, yet I'm chuckling at it right here. So
for me, that point of it, of my favorite of those really, really bad ones was they're running through the forest, like the rainforest, and he goes, I could just take one of these trees out of the ground and beat you to death with it. And so Alba stops and he's like, all right. He's like, what? He's like, come on, Jim Strength. Come on, Jim Boy. Go ahead and just grab that tree and beat me to death with it.
Yeah.
Like, it's so stupid. Like, it's an obvious joke to make, and it's so obvious that you shouldn't do it. But because of the way it comes off and the way these two characters have been, given to us, I just thought and because people for years have talked, like John Cena being Jim Strong is one of those things that like the wrestlers he works with always say John Cena isn't Jim Strong. John Cena is strong. And like the biggest person I talk about is the Big Show, where he talks about how he would let John Cena pick him up any time of the day because he knows that John's not going to drop him. He's going to be able to carry him no matter how long he needs to. Whereas there are other guys who are big and bulky like John who couldn't even really keep him safely in the air. So it's fun to see John Cena getting laughed at for being Jim Strong in this movie because he's portraying an actor turned president. Yeah. It was just really fun.
Or even you talk about the funny scenes too, like when the two of them are on the run there and they find those guys. I can't remember what country it is that they happen to be in at the time, but they go down there and these guys are like having a big old rave in their front yard. You can tell these are not going to be your friendly, welcoming, hello type of gentleman. And they go to hotwire their vehicle on top of it all, get caught in the process. And Cena's character being the egomaniac that he still is with that whole thought that I'm a famous actor. I was in things that people love. Acting is a universal language, I think is the exact line that he uses or whatever. And he just goes in with that confidence, like he's going to walk in and these guys are going to be flaunting over him. They're going to want an autograph and all this stuff. And they start go talking. Do you see Idris Elba just wrapping his hand, ready to start punching? And he's like, we're about to get our asses kicked. And Cena looks at him. He goes, oh, no, we're not. And he goes, dude, read the room. And then right then, fight breaks out. And that leads into the action sequences, which I thought were very well done throughout this movie. The explosion on the plane that takes the plane out and everything was well done. The fight scenes were well done. And then also the drama in it. Like, there's the moments, even when the guy is saying goodbye to the two of them, he's letting them know that he can save the president and the prime minister, but he can't save the rest of the passengers remaining on the plane and himself. And he bids them adieu and sends them off. And like, damn, man, that was more touching than I was expecting it to be for a movie of this level.
Yeah, the scene you were talking about earlier was in Poland. But yeah, no, I thought for me, a lot of it was the intricacies of when they're in the hideout and the guy's using the camera footage to be able to know how to shoot through the walls to kill everybody that's on the other side of the wall. Like, that was so well done and so interesting. And, like, again, I didn't go into this expecting a lot, which is why I think I come out of it being like, this was a really good time. This was a really fun time. And by the way, not only do we think this, there was a group chat in the movie subreddit of the Discord that we're in, where both Mark and Ash were like, we both watched it this weekend too. We thought it was great.
Yep. Well, with that said, too, I mean, let's go to the scores over on the side of Rotten Tomatoes. Have you seen these yet, Ed? Do you know?
I have not. You're gonna have me play the game.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna tune the screws on you because this is a thing you like to do with Marvel talk. I'm gonna see if you can predict the critic score and then the fan score, the word of the people, to let us know. Which one do you want to start with?
We'll start with the critics, like I always do. This is the first score.
I'll say 78 reviews counted for that, so just to give you an idea of how many came in.
Yeah. I'm going to say mid to low 70s, so I'll go 72.
Damn, right on the nose. Right on the nose. Exactly on the nose. 72%.
Because it's not a bad, like, it's not something that's amazing. So it's not a masterpiece, but it's not awful cinema either. Like, nobody falls down in the middle of a shot where they don't belong. There's nothing, like, obscene in this movie. So it's like most people are going to find this to be halfway decent. So I'm like, all right, that fits. Like, it fits. And I feel like audiences are going to give it a slightly higher score, maybe high 70s, low 80s. So let's go 81 on the fan side.
And that's where you're wrong. Actually, the fans pretty much close in line with the critics that had a 74%. With over 500 ratings coming in. Critics' consensus said Heads of State, lighthearted handling of geopolitics, may be too cute by half, but the comedic alliance between Idris Elba and John Cena remains strong in this action flick. I also want to say Jack Quaid. Like, I have watched Jack Quaid in a lot of things, and Jack Quaid I have actually watched in 3 different movies this year already. He was in Companion, he was in Novocaine, and now he's in Heads of State. And I have enjoyed every single movie and have not got tired of watching Jack Quaid on my screen at this point. Now, if he continues to get overused a lot, I hope it won't cause burnout, but he's also not the guy that's headlining a lot of he has a bit part in this movie. His part is fantastically. You talked about the technology watching and stuff like that, and him just going absolutely batshit through this thing. Love Jack Quaid's role in it. But yeah, he's been in very different roles. So it was this one, he's kind of that crazy action over the top guy type of role. Novocaine, he finds out that he can't be injured or anything like that. So he's got this immortality type thing going on. It's also just a wild movie. And then Companion is just, I don't even know where to start with Companion. Where to start, you can actually go catch our review on Killer Cuts that we did earlier this year on that one. But yeah, Jack Quaid has turned into quite the phenomenal actor, and I think that he is really becoming a highlight of a lot of the stuff he's choosing to be into. Yeah,
and I think this movie's, like, obviously Jack had a bit part, so, and I'm not too familiar with the rest of the stuff he did. But a lot of the other people held up their end of the bargain. Like, nobody lets this movie fall. No. The assassins on the evil side don't let this movie fall down. There's actually really well storytelling. When you get to the end, you're like, oh my God, they've been telling a really cool story with these assassins the whole time. The knockoff Justin Hammer villain that they have in this movie was really fun and interesting. I really liked him. Victor Gradoff, I thought he did a really good job. That's the character's name. I don't remember the actor who played him. It all kind of falls into place. And then when you get to the end and everybody in the third act, when they figure out what's going on and it's not what they seems to be, that was my favorite part. Because I'm like, I figured it was going to be paint by numbers, just do the basic thing. Like, nothing fancy, nothing fun, just, okay, this makes sense. All right, cool, this is the thing. And then they swerve you, and then they don't swerve you, and then they swerve you again. Like, it was really cool and interesting, especially from a wrestling fan's point of view watching it. I was like, this is really fun and interesting. And that's why I messaged you. I was like, please watch this so we can talk about this. Because at the end of the day, when I can stop watching a movie and go, this was really fun, I want to talk about it. That's the best thing I can give a movie, is I had such a good time. I just want to talk about it.
Yeah, and I mean, I honestly I haven't kept up with movie reviews lately. I need to get back into it. I've seen a lot this summer. I almost felt like I was just going to do like kind of a box office mojo type thing and start looking at what's been on the list for the box office and kind of give my thoughts on that. But this one, of course, won't be ranked in that same category because straight to video. It's available on Amazon. So anybody who's got an Amazon account, go check out Heads of State. I mean, it's highly recommended. It's free entertainment if you're already signed up. And I mean, what's the cost of Amazon? Not that much. Like for what it's worth, you go get this. It's less than the cost of a movie ticket to go and watch this movie at home right now, kind of thing. So I highly recommend it. Gets my seal of approval. No intoxication required in order to enjoy this movie.
It can be enjoyed better if intoxicated, but I don't think that you
very much so. Yeah, it's unnecessary.
I don't think that it's unneeded, but I don't think it hurts the movie in any way. It might make it better.
This is true. But final thoughts on it, Ed?
I had an absolute ball watching this, and considering I'm doing 3 movie reviews this month. I'm doing a review of this, I'm doing a review of Superman, and I'm doing a review of Fantastic Four. I expected when I looked at this month that I was going to be so upset that I have to do a Superman review. And now I'm going, well, if it could be half as entertaining as Heads of State, I'll be happy.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, other than the fact that you have to pay for that movie ticket. But with that said, Ed, with all those things...
I paid for it on the Olay credit card. It's fine.
There you go. That's all it takes. But with all those things you got coming up, I know that's not the only things you got coming up. So why don't you tell the people what you have and where they can find you?
So, depending when Bobby actually puts this out, I'll be on Ring Respect Radio on the 10th as we talk all things Chaotic Countdown for Chaotic Wrestling as they get ready to go into another big show where somebody will leave with the Chaotic Heavyweight Championship because for the first time, Motor is being Roman Reigns and being put in there with his championship on the line. We've got a winner-take-all tag team and chaotic New England championship match going on in a 6-man tag match. So all kinds of good stuff there. Me, Bobby, Papa Smokes are going to talk all about what we think is going to happen on that show coming up on the 10th. Then, of course, on the 12th, you've got me twice, once with Bobby Munson as we talk all things NXT as I finally get Bobby Munson to watch a full NXT show. So that'll be fun. So we'll be doing that because, again, it's tough to get action for the weekend shows, I'm telling you. But we've also got me and Mark Talks Wrestling going to be going ahead and doing the review of Saturday night's main event where we'll be talking about the greatness of the soon-to-be new World Heavyweight Champion Goldberg after he defeats Gunther and makes Bobby and Mark such sad people. I'm just rooting for the world to burn. I really am. And then, of course, next Wednesday, unlike what the calendar says, next Wednesday, me and Andre C. will be back with, hopefully, the host of Marvel Talk, Peggy, as we go ahead and talk all things Superman on DC Talk.
Should be interesting. Well, thank you for that, Ed. And to answer your question, when this is putting out, I'm going to do my best to have this out tomorrow before Ring Respect Radio, as we want to try to get in on the conversation while it's still hot when it comes to Heads of State. But I thank you for joining me here today. As for myself, Bobby Munson, down below, that's where you can find me on all social media, as well as my own personal Twitch. But as Ed said, tomorrow night, or tonight, I guess, as this is coming out, you'll be able to catch us live on Ring Respect Radio. It's at 9:05 p.m. Eastern Time. So if you enjoy indie wrestling, head on over to that. As for the weekend, yes, I am with Ed on the Taking Over post-show review of the Great American Bash. And despite what Ed said, I do sometimes watch full NXT shows. I just have never reviewed a full NXT show here on the channel. So I'm very happy to be taking that on. Of course, Sunday, 11 a.m. Eastern Time, you can always catch me and the crew for Point of View, where we talk about the week in sports. And I also, I keep forgetting that there's also the fight night on Friday night there might be something there as well too. So stay tuned for more from this channel right here, that one there, OLE Podcast, where you can find us across all social media and YouTube and Twitch. If you're watching, you of course are watching this on YouTube, we want you to go ahead, click the subscribe button down below, turn on the notification bell, and give this video a thumbs up. We do everything in the world of pop culture, music, movies, pro wrestling, television, you name it, or leave it in the comments. We'll get around to it. We're looking forward to hearing from all of you. That's going to be it for myself and Ed. Take care, and we'll catch you at the next one.